Hello class. Today we're going to talk about distance, rate, and time. Our essential question for today is how can you solve problems involving distance, rate, and time? And if you guessed using a formula, you're absolutely right. If you look over here, you'll see our formula D equals R times T, where the D stands for distance, R stands for rate, and the T stands for time. Okay, our problem today that we're going to solve is the winner of an automobile race drove 500 miles an average speed of 150 miles per hour. How long did it take the winner to finish the race? Okay, so the first thing you need to find out is what value is going to represent distance and what value represents rate and what value represents time. If you look over here, you notice that there are only two numbers, so we're gonna be missing one of these variables. So we need to figure out what is the distance. Is the distance here, or do we have to find the distance, or do we need to find the rate, or do we need to find the time? That is what we need to figure out. So the winner of an automobile race drove 500 miles an average speed, total speed, average speed of 150 miles per hour, which is going to represent the rate, how fast this person was going. Okay, so we're going to rewrite this formula. I'm going to write it again over here. D equals R times T, where D is we're gonna change out the D, and it's gonna equal 500 equals, we know what the R is, which is 150. However, we don't know what T is. We don't know the value of T. Now, how can we figure this out? 500 equals 150 times T. What times 150 equals 500? To do that, we need to do the opposite. We're going to have to divide 500 divided by 150. So T equals 500 divided by 150. So you could do this two ways. You could do the long division, or you could just write it out as if it was a improper fraction. So 500 divided by 150. You can divide the numerator and the denominator by 10, so these numbers cancel out. So now we're left with 50 divided by 15. I'm going to actually work this out. 15, 50. 15 can go into 50 3 times. 15 times 3 equals 45. Which leaves you with, when you subtract this, leaves you with 5. So time equals 3 and 5/15, which is equal to 3 and 1/3. We're going to do more practice in class, so we can see the different ways in which we could solve these equations, because sometimes, like I said, sometimes we're going to find what the distance is equal to, which is pretty straightforward because you know you have to multiply the rate and the time to get the distance, but sometimes time might be missing like before, or distance. Thank you class, have a nice day.